What's the deal, y'all? We in this thing, man. We in this thing. We in this thing. We in this thing, man. Happy Halloween. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in this thing, a thing, a thing, thing, a thing, a thing, thing, a thing, a thing. Back in this thing, a thing, a thing, thing, a thing, a thing, thing, a thing, a thing. Rich Trapper in the building. Happy Halloween. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. So far, so good for the Kizamp. Doug pled guilty. Barnacles. Barnacles. Somebody send me a link. Barnacles. Somebody send me a link. Rich Trapper in this thing, man. Trap Shicey edition. Y'all know, man, when the mask is on, the Shicey is going. Air Beats play, what's the deal? Trap Shicey and his mother chucking. You dig me? Trappington, Shystington, and this mother chucker. It's only Trap Shicey. Happy Halloween. Maybe some of y'all could dress up like a real nigga today because you ain't been one all year. Happy Halloween, trappers. Happy Halloween, Rich Trapper Mafia. I hope everybody's spending the day with their loved ones. We got Day of the Dead tomorrow, so it will be a lot of prayer and celebration going on. But today, oh yeah, today we get cracking in this. You dig me? Today we get crackington in this mother trucker. You feel me? Whew. Woke up looking for the broccoli. I can't in the Mr. Get Off. I get off in my thing. Oh yeah, that's not a part of the. It's not a part of the jacket, big dog. It's them as bracelets. We pieced up. We pieced up. We pieced up around this mother chucker. Ha, you see it. 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. Stop playing with the trapper. We got to take the kids Halloween trick-or-treating. But I wanted to give y'all a couple quick little storytins. You dig? A couple little pieces of Kantiana. Kantiana. We gonna go like this. We gonna go at it like this. We gonna go at it like this. It's like this and hey, y'all smashed my finger in a car this morning, bro. Oh, it hurts so freaking bad, bro. It hurts so freaking bad. This hurts so freaking bad. It still hurts. But we got content. Young Thug pleads guilty.
$6,000 back from new parents. $25,000 for first-time home buyers. $50,000 if you want to start a new business. Yup. The math is as to count.
What's the deal, y'all? We're Trapper tapping in 10 and Trap News Network. We back in this thing, like cracking this thing, man. I gotta soak my finger in this soapy water because I slammed my finger, man. Slam my finger in the car door. But we got some good news. You can use some good knowledge, though. You can't get nobody's college, though, big dog. Young Thug pleads guilty in the YSL trial. Shocking. Let's get into this content. Let's get into it without no further ado, adults. We got the Long Crime Network. I'll be back later on after I take the kids trick-or-treating. But we got this. Let's go.
$57, participation in criminal street gang activity. How do you plead?
I plead guilty.
As to count 58, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 59, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 60, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 61, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. How do you plead?
Guilty.
And as to count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. How do you plead?
No law.
As to count 56, participation in criminal street gang activity under the leadership charge. How do you plead?
No law.
I think you didn't ask about count 62.
As to count, thank you, Your Honor. As to count 62, possession of a machine gun. How do you plead?
Guilty.
So he's taking all the drugs and weapons charges and leaving the gang charges. Somebody must have struck him a deal. It must be an understanding like, hey, cop to this, but don't cop to that. We're going to give you this, let you go for that. It's going to be a 1-2 step like Sierra.
Are you pleading guilty to the offenses you have indicated because you are in fact guilty of these charges?
Yes.
All right. Are your guilty pleas and your NOLO pleas freely and voluntarily given with the full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes.
Do you understand that you may have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have only 4 years from today's date for a felony charge, and 12 months from today's date you don't have a misdemeanor charge? But to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness and constitutionality of this guilty plea?
Yes.
Your Honor, also,
you have 30 days from today to file a direct appeal from this guilty plea, and until the end of this term of court to file a motion seeking to withdraw the guilty plea, which does not mean it would be granted, but that's the time period, okay?
What's the direct appeal?
Well, you can talk to your attorneys more about it, but it would be up to one of the, like the Court of Appeals, I think is where this one would go. It was just the time periods.
And Your Honor, the state, in addition to the sentence we are asking that the court to impose,
okay,
we would also be asking the court to require or to forfeit, have defendant forfeit all the property that has been seized and that is currently being held, that was found or recovered or taken from his home after it was searched on May 9th.
Do you have any kind of list of what that property is? I mean, I'm not familiar with what was seized.
And Your Honor, we're not agreeing.
Oh, I know. I mean, I assume y'all aren't agreeing to anything.
We're not agreeing to that.
Present it as a negotiated plea.
We're not, but we do have a list of the property items.
Do you have it available right now?
Yes, actually, would the court permit us to send it electronically?
Sure, that's fine. And then if that is not imposed as a condition, is it just get litigated as like any forfeiture matter?
Yeah, it would be litigated later on. Yes.
It's a civil separate filing in this court. It's not related to the crime. Right. It's related case, but it's unrelated.
Understood.
And we are sending it.
So they saying that his property don't got nothing to do with his whoopty bamming. Don't take away the man's property because he was whoopty bamming with the whatchamacallit. It's not the same.
To Your Honor.
Thank you.
At this time. And as it relates to the conditions of a conviction under 1615-4, Your Honor, we would ask, or as part.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Of the sentence, defendant would be required to adhere to the requirements, the sentencing requirements of the gang statute, which at least in part require that he not associate with any gang members whatsoever. And I can read the rest of that into the record if the court requires, or I can continue with the factual basis.
All right. And let me ask you, because I know that at least while y'all were negotiating, one of the things that I guess was being negotiated was some exception for, I think, somebody that is contractually obligated on his record label. Is that something that the state would still be in agreement to?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right. Your Honor, as part of the requirements of 1615-4.
Yes.
Defendant would, one moment, Your Honor. Under 1615.4, in addition to any other penalty provided by the code section, all sentences imposed under the code section shall require as a special condition of the sentence that the person sentenced shall not knowingly have...
Just a tad, because there's a court reporter taking it down. And when we start reading, we read really fast. So go ahead.
I love how the judge low-key laughed. Like, this nigga's life is on the line. Y'all laughing about a court reporter not being able to document what's being said. This nigga's finna go to jail.
This code section shall require as a special condition of the sentence that the person sentenced shall not knowingly have contact of any kind or character with any other member or associate of a criminal street gang, shall not participate in any criminal gang activity, and in cases involving a victim, shall not knowingly have contact of any kind or character with any...
All right, hold on, because it's saying I need to clear up some spacington on my device, Vicington. Y'all give me 1 second. Hold on. All right, we're going to jump back into this Kantiana. Let's get into it. Let's get back into the content.
Any such victim or any member of any such victim's family or household. So that is, and we've listed in our indictment the victims of the crimes, the overt acts that have been committed, and under the basic conspiracy law, those are the victims that we are naming. Your Honor, as this case has been tried and would continue to be tried until the state completed its case in chief.
Oh yeah, I'm a fashion killer. That's what my Halloween costume is. I'm a fashion killer. You feel me? Fly with it. You feel me? Fly with it. You feel me? I'm a trap to die for. That's what I am for Halloween. A trap to die for. Easy call. Fashion killer. Trap to die for. Don't worry about it. You feel me?
The evidence has shown.
But yeah, the mask is super duper creepy. Super duper creepy. Like, imagine this. Imagine in a dark house. It's me looking at you. Imagine in the dark house. It's me looking at you. That'd be kind of creepy, guys. It might be a little creepy. Just a little bit.
That the defendant, throughout the time between 2013 to 2022, conspired with both indicted and unindicted co-conspirators to participate in the enterprise known as Young Slime Life, or YSL, through a pattern of racketeering activity. Throughout that time, multiple conspirators, both indicted and unindicted, and including the defendant, have committed overt acts intended to further the enterprise itself. With regard to the defendant, as far back, the evidence has shown, as 2013, the defendant, along with other YSL founding members, Walter Murphy, for one, committed an aggravated assault and armed robbery against Derek Dotson. The court has heard evidence of that presented through Adrian Bean, who was a co-conspirator in that particular act. The armed robbery of an Archillian Bennett back in 2013.
Just found this unbelievable sequin dress on eBay. From the seller's probably a Vegas showgirl.
As alleged in...
Diabolical. Why would I be diabolical? Can somebody explain to me what makes me diabolical? Is it because I look my victims dead in their soul before I bury you? If that's the case, make me diabolical. Here at TNN Trap News Network, we love everybody. Everybody's our friend. Everybody.
The indictment, defendant and unindicted and indicted co-conspirators committed acts to further YSL that included drug sales, aggravated assault, and murder. They used and furthered, rather, this conspiracy by using social media posts and music to assert the violent nature of and the dominance of Young Slime Life, which is also known as YSL. The defendant is charged with being a leader of the gang YSL, and evidence has been presented by accomplices and co-founders of YSL, Trontavia Stevens and Walter Murphy, and evidence would have been presented, in the words of the defendant himself, that the defendant, as shown by some of his own social media postings, was the founder, one of the founders of YSL, along with Mr. Stevens and Mr. Murphy. YSL formed, according to the evidence that has come out in this trial, in 2012, 2013, under the former version of the name of the gang called Rock Crew or Raised on Cleveland.
Yeah, all the kids in my neighborhood are for sure going to need therapy after this. I live in the suburbs, amongst the whites. Everybody in this little gated community is going to get terrified tonight. My goal is to give your kids nightmares. Gangland Neem voice.
The court has heard evidence of the 2014 and 2015 incidents that have involved conflicts between YSL members and IF gang members that included someone shooting.
For those of you guys who don't know, IF gang is what the Atlanta Bloods call the Inglewood families. Yes, there is an Inglewood family division within Atlanta. They say IF gang, but they're saying IF, Inglewood families. I've never heard anybody in LA call it the IF gang. If anybody from Inglewood calls it the IF gang, y'all let me know something. But in Atlanta, they call it Inglewood families the IF gang, IF.
The window of Mr.
It sounds crazy. It do.
Williams' car and armed individuals rushing outside during shootings at Club Crucial to ensure Mr. Williams' safety. Shootings at a place called the Dugout where armed individuals rushed to ensure Mr. Williams' safety. Shootings at Mr. Kelvin Watts committed by members of YSL. Communication with members of YSL after those incidents, and ultimately the murder of Donovan Thomas at the hands of members of YSL. The evidence has shown and will show that on January 10th of 2015, members of YSL drove a car rented by the defendant, a gray Infiniti, and drove past Mr. Thomas as he stood outside of a barbershop congregating with friends, and unloaded an array of bullets on Mr. Thomas, hitting him, his Chevrolet Tahoe, and two other persons in the process. Mr. Thomas died from those bullets. Phone records show that communication was held between Mr. Williams, Mr. Kelvin Treadwell, Mr. Demise McMullen, corroborating accomplice testimony that has been presented in this courtroom regarding what happened, who committed the murder, and what happened to the guns and the vehicles that were used in the murder. After the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., the members of YSL responsible for the murder and members of YSL who were not responsible for the murder congregated at Mr. Williams' condominium called the Sky House and they all made plans and later either drove or flew down to Miami. Prior factual acknowledgments by members of YSL include that Mr. Williams gave each of the persons who accompanied him to Miami money to lay low as they...
Election season is here. Remember, who you vote for is secret, but whether you vote is...
left the city following the murder of Mr. Thomas. The evidence has shown the ensuing conflict that occurred after Mr. Thomas was killed. It has shown shootings at Mr. Rashawn Bennett's home, shootings at Mr. Darren Mills' mother's home, and I said Mr. Rashawn Bennett's mother's home. Shootings unrelated to the conflict with members of IF Gang, of a Lil Wayne tour bus. That shooting...
I wondered if they was going to mention that when he shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. They for sure shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus.
Followed the confronting by Atlanta Police Department of members of YSL that drove to the compound where Lil Wayne was making an appearance and who drove there with the intent to disrupt and cause harm and to shoot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. Lil Wayne was another artist with whom Mr. Williams was having conflict, according to the testimony that had been presented. Mr. Williams had come out at that time with a mixtape that carried the name of an album that Mr. Carter was set to release and was not able to because his label would not allow that to happen. That caused a contractual or the threat of a lawsuit. It caused Mr. Williams angst. He posted about it. He said derogatory things about the persons who were threatening him with the lawsuit. And as a result, he had to rename his mixtape to something different than what he initially intended. The person who ultimately was convicted of shooting that tour bus up, Jimmy Winfrey, is a person that I believe that recordings have come in regarding jail phone calls, rather, from Mr. Winfrey and members of YSL regarding communication about getting a lawyer. Following the shootings that occurred in 2015, music, social media postings, and other overt acts were committed by Mr. Williams and other members of YSL, taunting members of groups that they considered opposition to YSL, posting of threats of violence.
Go outside again without texting me. I'll be seeing you soon. Shout out to Tan Khaki Pants in the chat. Go outside again with that little stupid ass bitch without texting me. I'll see you soon. Shout out to Tan Khaki Pants in the chat.
By members of YSL against those people. Specifically, the music, Your Honor, contained lyrics such as the following. I rep my life for real. For slimes, you know I kill.
Terrible lyric.
I shoot at your mammy, need to stand down. I up my stamina, take it to trial, get an appeal, take it to trial. Pay for that casket, that's just if we whack them. YSL slimy and shady, watch me whack that bitch, pop them like a cyst. Glock with the assist. It also consisted of a song wherein Mr. Williams sang or rapped the lyrics. Hey, this is that slime shit, that YSL shit, killing 12 shit, fuck a jail shit. I'm in the...
These lyrics are barnacles to read in front of a judge. Reading these lyrics in front of the judge is absolutely barnacles.
VIP, I got the pistol on my hip. Fuck the police. You praying that you live, I'm praying that I hit. This is slime shit. 100 rounds in a Tahoe, I'm prepared to take them down. Got banana clips for all these ends acting monkey. This is that slime shit. This is that mob shit. Fuck the judge, YSL. This that mob life.
Reading lyrics that says fuck the judge in front of the judge might be a little bit of a conflict. I don't think the judge is appreciative of the fact that they're saying fuck the judge in front of the judge. However, it was a pretty fire song.
Defendant Williams released a video on YouTube of a song wherein he states, I shot at his mommy. Now he no longer mentions me. Act like you want war and they gonna smoke you like a blunt. Another song, I escaped every one of the licks because I was supposed to be rich. I don't care nothing about a cop. I'm just telling you how it is. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rapping. Gave the lawyer close to $2 million. He handles all the killing.
These lyrics are not aging well in court. At all. These lyrics are not aging well in court.
Don't speak about shit on wax. It's all my business. We know to kill the biggest cats of all kittens. So we have news, and I'm going to try not
and
to...
that is Young Thug.
...get too emotional here. Listen,
and that is Young Thug versus his lawyer. Free Avenue Angel until he's free. We gone. TKP, I got this. I got Sports Tape. Do Sports Tape count? Does Sports Tape count? Tan khaki pants. The Sports Tape count. I just want to know if Sports Tape counts. If it does, Sports Tape counts, guys. Sports Tape counts. Because Tan Khaki Pants is a nurse. Some of you guys might not know that. She's an actual nurse, and she's directing me on what to do with my thumb that I have soaking in soapy water. It's soaping in soapy water. I hurt my thumb. I got an injury. I'm injured. Let's get to the next story. Let's get off. I get off in my thing. Boom. Boom. Mr. Get off. I get off in my thing. Look for the broccoli. Yeah, all that. Oh, the YouTube streets. The YouTube streets. I'll be back later out to crash out later on tonight, though. I'll be back later to crash out. Right now, I'm giving you the news. I'm a crash later. Y'all think I'm crazy? Hold on. Y'all think I'm crazy? Y'all think I'm crazy? Y'all think I'm crazy? Tan Khaki Pants just text me and said, quote, let's get into our dark side. I need you to wear that during another time. Demon emoji. My baby a freak. She want me to wear the mask? Baby, the mask? I can do it. I can. I'm down. I'm down. Let's do it. Y'all think I'm crazy? She's crazy. You know why Tan Khaki Pants is crazier than me? She knows I'm crazy and continues to be here. She knows I'm crazy and she continues to be here. I had to dry my thumb. It was wet. I'm back. Ooh. Looking for the broccoli hockey. Hey guys. Hey guys, guess what? I'm gonna give you guys some more news you can use. But later, I'm gonna cross out. Halloween crash! Hey, we're gonna crash out for Halloween. LOL. I'm LOLing right now. LOL. Jason, there's a reason why we're working on 10 years. There is a reason why we are working on 10 years. I'ma crash out later. But right now, I'm gonna do the news. But later, I'ma crash. I'ma crash. I'ma crash all the way out. I'ma crash. Hey, Pun. How are you? Tell Pun I said, hey. Hey, Pun. I'ma crash. Yeah, I'll be crashing. No, don't shake your head and leave. I want you to come to my birthday party. I'm sweating. Jason, let me wipe the sweat off my brow. Let me wipe the sweat off my brow. Y'all have no idea. Rich Trapper is a Rich Trapper. That's me playing a role. Trap Shiesty is who I am. Go Dodgers. Go Dodgers. Rich Trapper is the role. Trap Shiesty is the actual person. That's the person. Trap Shiesty is the person. Trap Shiesty is the person. Trap Shiesty is the person. Mr. Monk! How are you, Mr. Monk? Shh. Don't tell him that we're here. Mr. Monk, don't tell them that we're here. Shh. It's a secret. This is for sure what Trap Shiesty looks like under the ski mask. For sure. Are you guys getting ready to go trick or treating? Cool. Pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. Woke up looking for the broccoli hockey and Paperboy News. All right, let's get into this. Paperboy News stand here to deliver y'all that daily report. Daily report. Plot twist. I'm Paperboy News stand. Plot twist. I'm not. All right, let's get into this.
Under Kamala Harris, over 13,000 illegals convicted of murder are living in American communities.
Shh, stop telling on us. Don't tell our business. Don't tell our business. How you gonna start the commercial telling about we got these bodies and we live in it?
While an additional 15,000 convicted of sexual assault and rape.
Them is FLAKKO people. Them is FLAKKO people. The last one, them is FLAKKO people.
Also living amongst you.
Happy Halloween. Trap Shiesty here. There will be no intro. Subscribe, become a part of the Rich Trap Mafia. Notification bell at the top. It all say tap in for the latest and the greatest. Shout out to the bodies under the floorboards. Shout out to the bodies in the attic. That's the smell of the bodies in the yard. Happy Halloween from Trap Shiesty. Spider-Loke addresses Brick snitching on the Armenians on No Jumper and his rainbow behaviors. Let's see what Spider-Loke has to say about Brick Baby and his rainbow behaviors. Paperboy News. Let's see what they're talking about.
Paperboy News here to deliver y'all that daily report. As we all know, Brick Baby has been surrounded by a bunch of controversy, all created by his own mouth. And he's been speaking on a bunch of things that he's not supposed to.
You know what's scarier than Trap Shiesty creeping in your house with his mask on? Brick Baby with a phone and a camera. That's terrifying.
Speak about due to the street politics. But for some odd reason, every time Brick Baby's on No Jumper with Adam 22, he feels comfortable and starts speaking reckless. And Spider-Loke jumped on his channel yesterday and addressed everything. So let's get straight into it. Now, everybody already knows that old interview when Brick Baby was with POETIK FLAKKO. And he said, nobody can ever say Sly for Vaughn because of that Little Pop situation. And after Lil Durk got arrested, that interview resurfaced and everybody was trying to say that Brick Baby's a snitch. And Brick Baby feeling the pressure and try to say that Lil Durk said the same thing. And Spider-Loke responded back by saying, boy, you need to stop it. And he said, how do you compare? Nobody can say you can't say Sly for Vaughn anymore. To Lil Durk saying, oh, I don't see those type of comments anymore. And Spider-Loke said, as far as everybody trying to say that Brick Baby's co-conspirator number 4. He doesn't necessarily believe that. But he said, all thanks to Brick Baby's big mouth, always talking on social media, he can understand why people are saying that. Now, Spider-Loke said he can recall when he was at No Jumper, he brought a couple of his homies up there and they were all chilling. And then he says out of nowhere, Adam 22 pops out his phone and shows some of his X-rated videos to them. And he said while they were just lounging, out of nowhere, Brick Baby asked Spider-Loke, have you ever got your booty ate? Now, Spider-Loke said when he heard that.
Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Why is Brick Baby acting Spider-Loke if he likes his butt ate? What's creepier than Trap Shiesty creeping through your house with the Glockiana in the middle of the night wearing this mask is Brick Baby acting Spider-Loke about his butt getting ate. Trap Shiesty does not approve of Brick Baby asking Spider-Loke about how he feels to have his anal ate. It's unacceptable.
And he was shocked as hell, and he gave Brick Baby one of those looks like, why you asking me that? But then he responded back to Brick Baby by saying, if I did, that's my own business, and in no way, shape, or form am I ever going to disclose that information with another man. But then he says, fast forward a year later, he was shocked as hell to hear Brick Baby ask P. Nice the same question. And Spider-Loke said, although he found all of that suspicious and funny, he let Brick Baby do his thing on social media, because at the end of the day, he considered him a homie. But he said out of all the days of living, he never in his life been approached by another man asking questions about his anal area, let alone one of his own homies who's supposed to be his crib partner. Now, Spider-Loke said the platform that he's working.
I'm a lot of things in life, but right now I'm uncomfortable. Right now I'm uncomfortable.
For right now, his business partner is Armenian, and Spider-Loc said that Break Baby's still claiming 6-0. He doesn't understand why he would go on No Jumper and implicate the Armenians in a felony. And he said as far as social media goes, Break Baby and WACK 100 share one common denominator. They're both snitches. Now, Spider-Loc's Armenian homie addressed Break Baby, Adam 22, and No Jumper, and he told them instead of dry snitching on No Jumper's platform, why don't y'all go to the police station and get them statements? Since Break Baby already indicated on No Jumper that he knows the person that did it and who was involved in it. Then Spider-Loc's homie said nobody knew or thought that the Armenians did it until Break Baby brought that thought into their head when he said that they F with the Persians and the Armenians.
Now, my question is Spider-Loc reaching, or did Break Baby snitch on the Armenians? What do you think, chat? What do we think here at TNN Trap News Network? What do we think? At TNN Trap News Network, we think Break Baby needs to stay off of all cameras, all phones, and all social media. Here at TNN Trap News Network, we want to see Break Baby continue to thrive. We want to see Break Baby continue to prosper. What we don't want to do is continue to see Break Baby hang himself.
It's because they have trees, or Mary Jane. And he said since No Jumper as well as Break Baby want to talk about crimes on their platform, what are they, investigators or police? And he said just because you're not testifying in court or giving out police statements, that's no different than dry snitching on social media where everybody can see it, including law enforcement. And then he tells No Jumper he doesn't even understand why they would even talk about that.
Mr. Monk, you understand.
The case when that case doesn't even involve any of them. Now, Spider-Loc said he's really cool with the Armenian community, so he absolutely knows for a fact that they got nothing to do with that case. But then he throws out the scenario, but what if they was? He said Break Baby and Adam 22 basically testifying on No Jumper and giving out statements, that's not helping them out at all. And then he tells Break Baby, how do you try to portray yourself as an active gang member on social media when you had an argument with Loose Cannon and told them to shut up? Because if you wanted to, you'll play inside his butt and he wouldn't do nothing about it. Now, Spider-Loc,
Break Baby has to stop the butt references. Break Baby has to stop the butt references. There will be no more butt blasting references, Break Baby. No more rump references. No more renegade rump references. No more renegade rump references.
he wasn't really thinking about it, but he's starting to see that this is an ongoing cycle for Break Baby. And then he brings up the one where Break Baby was twerking on camera. And he said regardless, if he was just joking around with your daughter, name any creep that ever got caught on camera twerking. Now, Spider-Loc said aside from that, Break Baby and Adam 22 had a discussion on No Jumper about Spider-Loc allegedly taking illegal substances. Then Spider-Loc says, I'm on felony parole, joint suspension, probation. And Spider-Loc said he's been having conversations with his probation officer, telling him about his security job. And then he also tells him that his side hustle is social media. And he told his PO, if you Google Break Baby's name, you'll see a lot of his content. And he said fast forward 2-3 weeks later, Break Baby's on No Jumper with Adam 22, accusing Spider-Loc of doing all types of drugs. And Spider-Loc said after witnessing what Break Baby's been saying on social media, they finally realized that Break Baby's not one of them ones that he said he was in the streets, because he couldn't even keep it solid on social media. But then Spider-Loc said, how was it crippin' when you openly said on No Jumper, on camera, that we all act zesty sometimes? Pause. And he said what you and Adam do in your own spare time, that's between y'all. But don't try to put that on the Crips. And Spider-Loc said before he thought he was going to work at No Jumper, he had a conversation with Adam 22, and he told them that there's two things you're not going to play with. You're not going to play with the Crippin', and you're not going to play me as if I'm zesty on No Jumper. And Spider-Loc said Adam 22 basically told them, of course I'm not Spider. I already know who to do that to and who not to do it to. And he said fast forward, Brick Baby and Adam 22 have a solid relationship on No Jumper. And you see the way that they be talking, which basically confirms what he said is true. And he said he doesn't really care because what Adam 22 and Brick Baby decide to do on their own time is their business. But he said what's his business is, if you're going to mention any bodies or homicides, or any felony crime.
I hurt my thumb. I had to wrap it up. Happy Halloween.
Please keep people's names and ethnicities out of it. Now, Spider-Loc dropped the solid content, and now that you guys heard what he said, y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in that comment section. Paperboy Newsstand. Y'all be safe and stay dangerous out there. Count.
We're out of here to the next one. Take the red dot. Slide it to the left. Free Avenue Angel until he's free. Goodbye. I think the spirit of Trap Shiesty works. The spirit of Trap Shiesty. The ghost of Trappers Past. There it is. The ghost of Trappers Past. The ghost of Trappers Past. The spirit of Trap Shiesty or the ghost of Trappers Past? What do you guys think? Both could be appropriate. There is no wrong answer. This is a safe space. Mr. Monk says Ghost Trapper. That could work. That could work. This is a really safe space, guys. I promise. I promise this is a safe space. So you know what? We'll be back later. Gonna go take my kids trick-or-treating. It's a tradition where strangers give your children candy and you allow them to eat it with the hopes that they're not trying to 187 and unalive you and your family. Isn't that great? So amazing how we allow our children to take candy from strangers, even though their entire lives you tell them, don't take candy from strangers. Gonna go do that now. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Hope everybody's having a happy and a safe Halloween. I'll be back a little bit later on. And we just might have a body on our hands. Free Avenue Angel until he's free. God bless you all.